Today we'll be reviewing services that a beginning bookkeeper can offer clients. And if you've been following this series of videos, you know that this is the third video on this series. We have first gone over how to register a bookkeeping business. Second, I went over what you will need, the beginning cost of a bookkeeping business. And today we'll be reviewing services you can offer. And I have a bonus for you. If you stick towards the end of the video, I'll go ahead and go over 2 services that you can offer as a beginning bookkeeper that a lot of people would not associate to bookkeeping. Hi, my name is Gisela, and I have dedicated my channel to empowering small business owners to take over their finances. So what services can you offer as a beginning bookkeeper? Well, one of these services that you can offer is categorizing transactions. I know it sounds simple, but it is something that can be very time consuming, especially to a business owner who doesn't have time to tackle this task because they are focused more on the services that they're providing within their business. So it's definitely a service that is needed by many, especially small business owners. Then it goes into reconciliation. Now, reconciliation is something that you can also offer as its own service, because there are some, especially small business owners, who would like to enter their own transactions, but they don't have the time to reconcile their own bank accounts or their own credit card statements or whatever accounts they have. So you can come in as a bookkeeper and offer this service, which is making sure that what the bank statement is stating is what is in QuickBooks Online. So that's another service that you can offer as a beginning bookkeeper. And a service that you can provide, since you're entering transactions and you're reconciling accounts, is reports. And the main reports that a business owner might need, general reports, especially when it comes to tax season, is a balance sheet report, profit and loss report, and a cash flow report. Those are the main reports that a small business owner would need. Of course, there are other reports that can be offered depending on what that client would like to see within their business. And the best thing about this is, if you have seen other videos or have spoken to many bookkeepers, a lot of bookkeepers are moving away from providing services by the hour and instead are creating packages. So one of your first packages as a beginning bookkeeper could be entering transactions, reconciling, and providing balance sheet reports. That would be your beginning bookkeeper package. So if you're doing tiers, so it says basic, plus, and premium, your basic would be exactly those 3 items. So that's one beginning package that you can offer as a beginning bookkeeper. If your client needs just invoicing, this is an additional service that you can provide a fee for, and something that they will definitely need, which is just sending out invoices. So keeping track of what is owed to them, similar to another service that you can provide, which is accounts receivable and accounts payable, keeping track of what has been received and what has been sent out and what still needs to be paid. So those, I think they intertwine with each other, but you can offer just invoicing and then also just accounts receivable and payable. So it would be your personal choice on how you would like to offer that. But those are 2 separate services that can be offered separately or together. And again, we start thinking into packages. Do you want to make this into one single package? Maybe this will be your plus package. So remember, basic was entering transactions, reconciling, and providing balance sheet reports. Maybe your plus package would be adding invoicing, accounts receivable, and accounts payable. So that's an idea. Again, it's your personal choice. You're running your own business. You decide what packages you're going to be offering, but that is an idea. And with that, we're going to go into payroll. Payroll is a separate service that you can offer. I know a lot of people don't like to deal with taxes. I am personally one that does not want to deal with all the intertwines that goes into figuring out what taxes are owed for each employee. So you can use outside sources. For example, Gusto is one, or Gusto, I'm not exactly sure which one's the pronunciation. I've heard it both ways. Your service would include entering those journal entries for what has been paid out, what has been paid out to taxes, etc. So it's definitely something that you can add as an additional service. And as I promised at the beginning of the video, I am going to give you 2 bonus services that you can offer as a beginning bookkeeper. A lot of people would probably think that this is not something that would be applying to bookkeeping, but it is something that a lot of business owners are in need of. And that is, the first bonus is going to be scanning in receipts and documents into a virtual system or the cloud. That is a lot of businesses have not switched over to the cloud or to virtual filing. That is a service that you can offer if you are willing to take in the work, because it is time consuming. So of course you would charge based on your time and the service that you are offering. Bonus 2 is going to be, of course, if we're switching over to virtual, we need to get rid of those documents, and that is either shredding those documents or filing, depending on what the client has decided on. That is another service that you can offer. Again, it's not specifically bookkeeping, but it is part of the organization of a business, and it's a transition time for a lot of small business owners switching over from paper to virtual filing. So those are services that you can offer as a beginning bookkeeper, and it's a beginning list. There are so many other services, but as a beginning bookkeeper, especially someone who is new to the business, these are things that you can start off and eventually add on to. Depending on which niche you decide to focus on, there's some things that come along with what you learn from that specific niche, and you can add additional services from what you learn from this niche. For example, I work with the trucking industry, so logistics, and one of the things that I have learned throughout my journey of bookkeeping is filing IFTA and also creating motor carrier and DOT applications. So that's a service that I have added to my packages. So as you go along, you learn new things that are needed by each niche, and you could offer them as your services. So I hope that today's video was helpful. Let me know below what you thought about it. What type of services do you offer? Do you offer packages within your bookkeeping business? Let me know below. Like the video, comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you at my next video.